Billboard. A senior from Gatlinburg Pittman High School in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, number 2, Carson Sims. They'll start at post, a 6'1" freshman from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Addie Kirkpatrick. At the wing, averaging 19 points per game, a 5'8" senior from Knoxville, Tennessee, Powell High School, Shay Coker. And then the twins, at 5'6", a junior from Oliver Springs, Tennessee, Emily Griffith, and her twin sister, the 5'6" junior from Oliver Springs, Tennessee, Rachel Griffith. LMU went to the Sweet 16 last year under head coach Crystal Evans, and they will face the Pioneers, who will start at point guard. 5'4", a sophomore from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Mia Long. At the wing, a 5'8" junior from Durham, North Carolina, Lovely Locklear. At post, 6 foot a junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, Casey Johnson. At the wing, a 5'8" junior from Ocoee, Florida, Ulisma Kubidon. And at center, 5'9" and a junior out of Nashville, Tennessee, Matoria Patton. The Pioneers under head coach Devin Carter in his 3rd season as the Pioneer head coach is now 24-33 in his 3 seasons. He has lost all 4 matchups against LMU, as Tusculum has lost 4 in a row against the Lady Rail Splitters of Lincoln Memorial. LMU will jump with 6'1", Addie Kirkpatrick, as the Pioneers will jump center with Casey Johnson, who stands at 6 foot. The opening tap is up, and we're underway from Pioneer Arena on the campus of Tusculum as Griffith brings it into the front court, drives on Lovely Locklear, leaves it for her sister on the right wing, Emily. Her driving shot's no good. Locklear comes away with the rebound, lost it right into the hands of Shay Coker. Her putback's no good, and the Pioneers come away with the rebound and look to run. Mia Long quickly into the front court, Griffith all over her. Long gets bumped, now hands it off to Kubidon on the left wing. Dribbling around the circle, and the Pioneers driving inside. Long will reset it with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Long hands it off to Kubidon, now 10 on the shot clock. Lovely Locklear on the left wing. Entry pass, Casey Johnson will drive on Coker. Put it up too strong. Rebound tip, and Kubidon comes away with it for the Pioneers, and Tusculum with a second chance opportunity. So Tusculum hits the glass hard. Long with a quick first step will drive, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Griffith, and that will send the Pioneers Long to the free throw line to shoot a pair. This one going on Rachel Griffith. It'll be her first, the team's first, and Mia Long to the free throw line for the Pioneers. Long's first free throw is up and in. Long with an unorthodox shot with the left hand is shooting 48.6% from the free throw line. She shoots it with the left hand, and it's a line drive. But it works both times this time, and the Pioneers take an early 2-0 lead. So Tusculum gets on the board first, and the Pioneers, as they have all season, will guard in the full court, and they force a turnover. Kubidon tipped it away from Griffith, over to Casey Johnson, put it up, no. Rebound battled for, and then a foul is going to be called on the rebound going against the Pioneers. So Tusculum forces the first turnover of the game, but cannot convert underneath, and Kubidon gets whistled for her first foul. And LMU will inbound in backcourt, trailing 2-0. 8:58 left to play in the opening quarter. Shea Coker to get it in. Gets it in backcourt to Karen Sims. Sims guarded by Long. Sims will drive all the way to the hoop. Put it up off the glass. No. Rebound battled for underneath. Kirkpatrick got it. Johnson ties her up. And the Pioneers will have the basketball on the alternate arrow as Kirkpatrick could not secure the rebound as she was tied up from behind by Casey Johnson. So Pioneer basketball as Long will be guarded by Griffith in backcourt. And Griffith says clear, and I'll take her one-on-one. Griffith on Long. Long with a crossover dribble. Dribbles in the lane. Leaves it for Kubidon. Passes up the shot. Now will drive. Kick out to Lovely Locklear. Gets a screen from Casey Johnson. Leaves it for Kubidon. Looks to drive on Sims. Not there. 10 seconds. Kubidon to the hole. Scoop shot off the glass. Up and in. Nice driving bucket by Yelizma Kubidon as she cupped the basketball and then tipped it off the glass and in. The Pioneers lead 4-0. Shea Coker into the front court. On a backdoor cut, Griffith will drive over Patton and put it up and in. So LMU cuts the Tusculum lead back to 2. Long into the front court. Griffith giving chase, and her sister Rachel tips and tapes it away. Griffith at the other end, lost the handle. Tusculum didn't tip it, and then a foul is going to be called on LMU. It should have been a double dribble called on Emily Griffith. They say that she was juggling the basketball, but Tusculum never touched it. But the Pioneers get the basketball anyway after the foul is called on LMU. The Pioneers will have the basketball back. It goes on Addie Kirkpatrick, her first, team second. Kubidon at the top, right wing to Casey Johnson, nearly lost it, got it back. Spin move in the lane, hook shot off the glass, put it up and in. Casey Johnson with the hook shot in the lane gets her first 2 points of the basketball game, and the Pioneers lead 6-2. Johnson will guard Shea Coker into the front court, and Long tips it and takes it away. Long with the steal. Griffith giving chase. Long to the hole, put it up and in. Mia Long with her fourth point of the game gets the steal and the bucket, and the Pioneers tip it away in backcourt. And LMU, no, they'll say it went off of LMU, so it'll be Pioneer basketball. Tusculum forces back-to-back turnovers on LMU. Tusculum, who's forcing over 30 turnovers per game, which leads the nation. Long, Kubidon, Griffith comes at the defend. Casey Johnson left open for three. Back iron, no. Rebound, Patton. Backs her way in on Kirkpatrick. Strong off the glass, puts it up and in. Matoria Patton backing her way down on Kirkpatrick, gets her first 2 points. And Tusculum leads 10-2. Griffith gets another away with another carry. Outside shot, Rachel Griffith got it to go. Emily Griffith to Rachel Griffith, and LMU pulls back to within 6. Long looks to run all the way to the hole, gets hammered to the floor, and Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul called on Kirkpatrick, that'll be her second, and Long will be back to the free throw line where she's 2 for 2 in this game. Long, free throw, is up and in. The official getting on Tusculum for cheering too much. I think I heard that correctly. The Tusculum bench is cheering too much. Long, free throw, back iron, no, got her own rebound. Long, scramble for it on the floor now, and she'll be tied up as checking into the game is Maggie Jakumic. And she ties up Long, and it'll be LMU basketball. Deja Maxwell into the game, replacing Rachel Griffith, as LMU will inbound against the full court pressure as the Pioneers lead 11-4 with 6:24 left to play in the opening quarter. Inbounds feed goes to Carson Sims. Sims brings her into the front court on Mia Long. Goes left wing to Shea Coker. Her three is good. She was not even open, but Shea Coker can hurt you in many different ways as she gets her first 3 points, and LMU pulls back within 4. Long dribbling on the right wing. Backs her way down, now reverses, and a foul is going to be called on the hand check on Deja Maxwell. That'll be her first. It's the team's 4th. And the Pioneers will inbound side front court with Lovely Locklear. Locklear gets it into Long at the top. In the deep right corner, Locklear for 3. That one's well off the mark, but it looked like a pass to Patton as she pulls it down. Patton back to the top in Locklear. She'll drive. Near travel, no call. Kubidon, no. Rebound, Patton. Another chance for the Pioneers. Head coach Devin Carter told us in the pregame how LMU went hard to the glass. Well, so far it's the Pioneers going hard to the glass, and Long drives hard to the glass and puts it up and in. Mia Long having a sensational first quarter as the Pioneers lead 13-7, and Long has 8 of those points. Pioneers get back on defense and force another turnover. Deja Maxwell thought she had a clear bucket, and Lovely Locklear chased her down from behind and took the basketball away. Long at the top of the circle. I just don't think that LMU was ready for the Pioneers' intensity in the full court. At least they don't look like they were ready here in the first quarter. Lovely Locklear on the drive, splits a double team, a lot of contact, no call, rebound tip. Patton didn't get it, scramble for it on the floor. Patton still scrambling for it, and it'll be a jump ball. And the Pioneers will have the basketball on the alternate arrow. The officials are letting this be a very physical game here in the first quarter, which frankly benefits the Pioneers. Sydney Wilson into the basketball game for the Pioneers. We've reached the media timeout. 4:52 left to play in the opening quarter. It's Tusculum 13, LMU 7. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Here at Ingles, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingles, all the ingredients for family.
Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
Sydney Wilson along with Callie Patterson into the game for the Pioneers, and it's Patterson who will fire the jump shot off the inbounds play. Shot no good. LMU comes away with the rebound. Griffith all the way to the hole. Shot no. Rebound Patton. Patton pulls down the board and gets it ahead to Callie Patterson. Outlet feed, Kubidon, and she shuffled her feet and traveled with it. So the Pioneers commit the turnover. What is the third turnover of this first quarter on the Pioneers? LMU has turned it over 4 times, and the Pioneers have 4 points off of those 4 turnovers. Tusculum leads it by 6. Griffith on the drive. Nice pass underneath. Got cut off on the baseline. Now to Coker. She'll fire. Got it. If you let Coker even get off a shot, she'll make you pay. She has 5. Her team has 9. They trail by 4. Kubidon into the front court. She'll drive, lost the handle. Patton chases it down for the Pioneers. Sydney Wilson for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound taken away by Emily Griffith. Griffith looks to run. Patton catching up. Shea Coker, this time Wilson all over. She can't get the shot off. Falls to the floor, keeps her dribble, then travels. Rachel Griffith will fire from in front. Shot no good. Rebound chased down by Patton. Gets it into the hands of Casey Johnson, and Callie Patterson will now bring it to the front court. Sydney Wilson got back behind the LMU defense, but the Patterson pass was out of her reach and out of bounds, and LMU will get the basketball back on the Pioneer turnover. Maddie Sutton into the game for the Pioneers, the 7-foot freshman from Wallen, Tennessee, as Matoria Patton gets her first breather of the game. As head coach Devin Carter screams out the defensive instructions, as LMU will inbound underneath the Pioneer bucket against full court pressure from the Pioneers. Deja Maxwell to get it in. Gets it in backcourt, and the Pioneers tip it away by Maddie Sutton, but they tip it right back into the hands of an LMU player. LMU yet to get it across, and that will be a timeout. LMU calls timeout, but there's 20 seconds on the shot clock. It should be a 10-second violation. So they're going to put 21 seconds on the shot clock and give LMU a 30-second timeout. So head coach Crystal Evans bails her team out with the 30-second timeout as the Pioneers had forced a near 10-second violation in backcourt. So they put 1 second on the shot clock. So 21 seconds on the shot clock, and LMU will inbound in backcourt with 3:33 left to play in the opening quarter. An impressive first quarter defensively for the Pioneers, and we've become accustomed to it from this Pioneer squad. Sims lobs it in. And a foul is going to be called on Tusculum. Do you call that pass interference? Because it looked like Kubidon had position, and they called the foul on Kubidon. It was two players going after a loose ball. There was no contact, and they called the foul on Kubidon and bail out LMU. The foul on Kubidon, her second. So Lovely Locklear checks in. Backdoor cut. Rachel Griffith fell to the floor. Wide open three-pointer from the corner is no good from Maxwell, and the Pioneers come away with the rebound. And Casey Johnson. Johnson to Patterson. Callie working on the left wing, gets a screen from Maddie Sutton. Wilson, entry pass to Maddie. Turns and travels. So the Pioneers turn the basketball back over on the traveling violation. Tusculum, who jumped out to a 7-point lead, has turned it over in 3 of their last 5 trips down the floor. As Maxwell will trigger it in for LMU in backcourt. Gets it in to Jumazuk. Ahead to Sims. Sims drives and puts it off the glass and in. So a transition bucket for LMU pulls them back to within 2. Pioneers need points to stop the oil leak and stop this LMU run. Wilson wide open for 3. Got it. Sydney Wilson stops the run with the three-pointer, and we talked about that with head coach Devin Carter. That's something Tusculum was missing last year. When the Pioneers needed a big 3, they couldn't get it. This year they've had players that are up for the moment, and that time Sydney Wilson was, and the Pioneers lead by 5 once again. And a foul going to be called on the Pioneers. It's on Casey Johnson, her first. It's the team's third. And LMU will inbound underneath their own bucket with Sims. Sims into Emily Griffith. Griffith drives, shot over Maddie Sutton is good. Griffith gets the bucket, pulls LMU back to within 3. Patterson to Maddie Sutton. Across to Callie Patterson. The Pioneers set up in the front court with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Patterson, right wing to Wilson. Gets a screen from Sutton, pulls up the free throw line. Jumper short, no. And the rebound's pulled down by LMU. Ross Mathis there to the front court for the Rail Splitters. Spins in the lane, looks back door to Griffith, and it's out of bounds off of Tusculum. They'll say it was deflected off of Sydney Wilson. Patton checks in, along with Mia Long. Casey Johnson comes out, and Callie Patterson comes out. So Sutton, Wilson, Patton, Long, and Lovely Locklear on the floor for the Pioneers, who lead by 3, 1:57 to play opening quarter. Inbounds pass goes to Maxwell. Patton, check that. Sutton guarding Maxwell. Spin in the lane, picked up her dribble, now needs help. Gets it into the deep right corner. Into the hands of Sydney Newsom. Newsom looks to drive on Locklear, stepped out of bounds. The official didn't see it. Jumper from in front's nowhere near, and the Pioneers come away with the rebound, and Mia Long. Long into the front court. Long on the sprint, lost the handle, and LMU comes away with it with Ross Mathis. Mathis behind the back. Long upset, wants that ball back. You can tell with the tenacious defense, not that she doesn't always, but you can tell she's just eyeing that basketball. Sims on the right wing. Long out to defend. Backs her way down on Long. Fadeaway jumper on its way. No. Rebound Ross Mathis. Mathis lost the handle. keeps her dribble, gets it left wing. Newsom gets it back to the top, and Sims, and LMU will reset with 1 minute on the clock, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Newsom at the top, right wing to Ross Mathis. Maddie Sutton comes out to defend. It's a 5'6" player on a 6-footer. Behind the back dribble, through the lane, lost the handle into the hands of Newsom. Head fake, lob pass inside. Turn, shoot, shot good. LMU gets the bucket from Jakimczyk, and they pull back within one. Long with 19 seconds on the shot clock, drives the lane all the way to the hoop, scoops it off the glass and in. Right past Maggie Jakimczyk. And the Pioneers back in front by 3, 18-15. Shot clock turned off. LMU can take the last shot of this first quarter if they so choose. Maxwell on Maddie Sutton. Gets by her, drives. Shot underneath from Jakimczyk, no. Rebound Patton. Pioneers with Long with 7 seconds. Long with 5 seconds. Long with 4. Gets into front court. Will lob it with the right hand and somehow got it to go. Mia Long with the one-handed, right-handed runner gets the three-pointers. The first quarter comes to an end. We head to a break with your score. Tusculum 21, LMU 15. Unbelievable. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
Let's get you to that wedding.
a curveball is that much more satisfying
I got the flowers!
when you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Long distance shot from the right wing from Mia Long. It's not how far away from the bucket Mia Long was, because she was only about 5 feet from the three-point stripe. It's the fact that she was at a dead sprint and she just threw it up with one hand. Newsom drives and will be fouled by Maddie Sutton and will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Casey Johnson up off the bench, set to check in. Callie Patterson also up off the bench, set to check in. And Newsom will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Sutton, her first, team's first of the second quarter, and Newsom will toe the stripe with her team down by 6. Good. With the first, Mia Long with 12 first quarter points leads the way for the Pioneers. She also had 2 rebounds and 1 steal. Everybody else had 2 points or 3 from Sydney Wilson. Matoria Patton with 8 first quarter rebounds. Newsom makes good on the first free throw, and it's back to a 4-point lead for the Pioneers. Long into the front court. Right wing to Callie Patterson. Holds the ball high. Now looks to dribble back to the top and hands it off to Casey Johnson. Sydney Wilson gets it on the left wing. Thought about the 3. Getting there quickly was Griffith to cut her off. Emily Griffith tips it away from Callie Patterson, and Patterson chases it down near the timeline, but now only 10 seconds on the shot clock. Patterson, jumper from the free throw line, is no good, and Emily Griffith pulls down the rebound for LMU. Griffith, crossover dribble, gets away with a push-off, and then lays it up and in. So LMU scores the first 4 points of the second quarter, and they pull back within 2. Long to a wide-open Sydney Wilson for 3. In, out, no. Rebound pulled down by Emily Griffith. These Griffith twins have come a long way since their freshman year. Rachel Griffith will fire for 3. Got it. Rachel Griffith knocks down the 3. And LMU has their first lead of this basketball game at 22-21 with 8:53 left to play in the second quarter. 8:45 left to play in the quarter. Sydney Wilson has the basketball on the left wing for the Pioneers. Emily Griffith comes out to defend. Nope, that's Rachel. Long for 3, got it to go. Rachel Long is absolutely on fire. Rachel Long knocks down the three. The Pioneers reclaim the lead, 24-22. She now has 15 points. Does Mia Long. Shea Coker gets away with the carry and goes to Newsom at the top of the circle. Casey Johnson comes out to defend. Nice dish underneath. Newsom drew the defense to her, handed it off to Maggie Jakimzik, and she gets the bucket. Maddie Sutton back up off the bench, set to check back into the game. Cameron DeBose up off the bench, set to check into the game for LMU. DeBose stands at 6'5". Long to Sydney Wilson, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson drives, pulls up, kicks it to Johnson. She'll fire for three. Got it. Three-point basket, Casey Johnson. And the Pioneers reclaim the lead, 27-24. Pioneers shooting near 50% from the floor. Shea Coker into the front court, picked up by Patton. Floater good. Shea Coker has yet to miss, and she takes contested shots, but she does not miss. Sensational. Pioneers are going to have to do a better job defensively on her, denying the basketball. Pioneers lead by one despite LMU shooting 52.4% from the floor. Long shot, no. Rebound, Newsom. Newsom into the front court. On the right wing, entry pass, Emily Griffith. Shot, no, but a foul on Patton. And Emily Griffith will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Patton will be her first. It's the second team foul called on the Pioneers. And Emily Griffith will be to the free throw stripe. Free throw is up and in. Lovely Locklear and Maddie Sutton back into the game for the Pioneers as Patton and Patterson come out. Emily Griffith makes good on the first free throw, and she ties the game at 27. Emily Griffith, who came into the game averaging 10.2 points per game. Rachel Griffith averages 9.6 points per game. And Griffith makes one of two. She was an 85% free throw shooter before she missed both of those. Long gets away with a travel and lays it up and in. So Mia Long gets the NBA steps and gets an easy layup. Maxwell drives, shoots, and scores. Pioneers didn't get back defensively, and Devin Carter wants a timeout. We take it with him. 6:50 left to play second quarter. It's Tusculum 29, LMU 29. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
tied at 29 as the Pioneers will have the basketball coming out of the timeout. Pioneers got beat back defensively. You don't see it very often, and head coach Devin Carter was not very happy about it. So the Pioneers call a timeout, and Pioneers will bring the basketball into the front court with Mia Long. Long picks up the dribble. Now to Sydney Wilson. Head fake, drives, and a charging foul is going to be called on Sydney Wilson, out of control, as Shea Coker will take the charge. The foul on Wilson, her first. It's the team's third. 17 points in the first half for Mia Long, leading the way for the Pioneers, but they are knotted up at 29 against LMU as Maxwell brings it into the front court, trapped near the sideline. They get it to the hands of Shea Coker. Coker, pull-up jumper, finally missed one. First miss of the night for Shea Coker. She's human. Long, drives, kick out. Lovely Locklear, wide open for three. No. It went up and over the backboard. And LMU will have the basketball back as Sims back into the game for the Rail Splitters, as Rachel Griffith will come out. And a foul's going to be called in backcourt on the Pioneers. Going to go against Lovely Locklear. That'll be her first. It's the team's fourth. That will get Jayla Arnwine up off the bench, the 5'6" freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, into the game to play some defense on Sims. Seeing her first action, and she immediately picks up a foul. The foul called on Arnwine in backcourt, and the official telling Devin Carter to calm down, but he has no interest in calming down at the moment, as that is back-to-back fouls called on the Pioneers, trying to guard in the full court. Free throw, no good. And a lane violation is going to be called on the Pioneers. Oh, no, it's two shots, sorry. It's two shots, and the Pioneers were going after the rebound after the missed shot. Casey Johnson faked everybody out. Coach Devin Carter still not pleased. Casey Johnson gets it to Mia Long. Long into the front court. Casey Johnson will drive. Johnson, kick out, wide open shot on its way from Arnwine. That one's off the mark. Sydney Wilson chases down the rebound, gets into the hands of Maddie Sutton, and the Pioneers reset with Long at the top of the circle. 5:50 to play. LMU up by one, 30-29. Long to Sutton. She'll fire for three. Sutton, side iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Maxwell, and the Pioneers have gotten cold from the floor. Shea Coker on the right wing. Coker guarded by Arnwine. Top of the circle goes to Sims. Sims on the drive on Long, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Sims, and that'll turn the basketball back over to the Pioneers. Head coach Devin Carter pulls his play sheet out of his pocket, and the Pioneers switch it up, and Long brings it into the front court. Long on the drive, got knocked to the floor, no call, out of bounds, and back over to LMU. So Long with 17 points here in this first quarter, but a bit out of control with that one. Sims gets the inbounds feed and quickly brings it into the front court. Rachel Griffith drives, shot short, no. Rebound tipped, and Long comes away with it for the Pioneers. Had it tipped and taken away from behind by Emily Griffith, there to the hands of Sims. Pioneers have looked sloppy here in the last 3 minutes, and LMU's taking advantage of it and now holds on to a 1-point lead. Sims on the left wing. Guarded by Long. Now to Shea Coker. Head fake from three. I'm just glad she didn't shoot it because she'd have made it. Right wing feed goes to Emily Griffith. Griffith guarded by Casey Johnson. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And a foul is going to be called on the Pioneers. And right now, the officials let the two teams be very physical in the first quarter, and now all of a sudden in the second quarter, you can't touch them. The fouls are now 5-0 here in the second quarter, and Emily Griffith makes good on the first free throw. Griffith makes it on the first. She'll have a second. Griffith, second free throw is no good. Rebound pulled down by Maddie Sutton. 31-29, LMU with the lead. Arnwine on the drive all the way to the hole and draws the foul and will be to the line to shoot a pair. The foul called on Maggie Jakimzik. That'll be her first. And Arnwine will be to the free throw line to shoot two. Arnwine, who was playing in her third game, is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Arnwine, free throw is up and in. First foul called on LMU of this second quarter. Fouls are now 5-1. Arnwine, second free throw is up and in. Coker set to get it in backcourt against the full court pressure of the Pioneers. That's one of the big problems here in the second quarter. Pioneers haven't made shots, so they've not had a chance to set up in their full court pressure. And when they do, they first force turnovers just like that one. Pioneers tie up the basketball, and the Pioneers will have the basketball in the alternate arrow. It's imperative that the Pioneers make shots, because when they do, they get to set up in their full court pressure. And LMU not handling it well when the Pioneers do get set up in it, and nobody's handled it well this year. That's why the Pioneers are forcing over 30 turnovers per game, and they lead the nation. 31-31, 4:15 left to play second quarter. Long on Maxwell, right wing extended, crossover dribble, and a foul going to be called on Maxwell. And I'll be honest, I would prefer that foul not be called either. Let them play. What's the old baseball movie? Let them play. Let them play. Just gotten way too touchy with the hand check fouls here in the second quarter. Bad News Bears, that was the name of that movie. Pioneer basketball as the foul on Maxwell, her second, team second. Arnwine to a wide-open Patton from the free throw line, and she knocks down the jumper. Matoria Patton knocks down the jumper from the free throw line. The Pioneers regain the lead, 33-31. Sims into the front court, escorted by Sydney Wilson. Wilson guarding her at the top of the circle, and a foul is going to be called on Sydney Wilson. The foul called on Sydney Wilson is her second. It will send Sims to the free throw line to shoot two. Sims' free throw is good. Patterson into the game. Wilson will come out with two personals. And Sims will be back to the line to shoot her second. Sims, free throw, good. Sims makes good on both, ties the game at 33, and the Pioneers are just not sure what to do defensively. And head coach Devin Carter going up and down the sidelines telling his team, you can't touch them. Just keep your hands off, keep both hands visible. Arnwine drives, leaves it for long. That's the same call, not called. Maddie Sutton for three, got it to the corner. Maddie Sutton gets the three from the corner, and despite the frustration defensively in this quarter for the Pioneers, they lead by three. Long pass, nearly stolen by the Pioneers. Shot no good. Rebounded by LMU, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Newsom, and that'll turn the basketball back over to the Pioneers. As the Pioneers got the missed shot, but Ross Mathis pulled down the rebound. But LMU travels with it, and the Pioneers get the basketball back anyway. 36-33 the score, 2:58 left to play second quarter. Me along with the basketball as Ross Mathis comes out to defend. Left wing feed to Patterson. Maddie Sutton at the free throw line, runs over Newsom, and they're going to call the charge. The foul on Maddie will be her second. And LMU will have the basketball back. 36-33, 2:40 left to play in the half. Here in this second quarter. Jakimczyk has it on the left wing. Backdoor cut, Newsom couldn't handle it, and Maddie Sutton comes away with a loose ball. So Sutton committed the charge, but then got the ball right back for the Pioneers. Patterson drives. Shot, no. Rebound, Patton put it back up and in. Matoria Patton showing strong underneath the glass, gets the rebound and the putback, and the Pioneers push their lead to 5. Tusculum, who is led by as many as 8, leads 38-33. Shea Coker for 3 from the corner. Shot, no. Rebound, Newsom, and a traveling violation as Newsom tried to step through the double team. Commits the charge, and the Pioneers get the basketball back. As I'm trying to channel my inner Dom Donnelly and not my outer Brian Stadium. Maddie Sutton set to get it in for the Pioneers in backcourt. 38-33. In other words, I'm trying not to complain about the officiating. 38-33 with 1:55 left to play in the second quarter. Maddie Long dribbling on the right wing. Patton gets whistled for setting a screen that was too hard, as Ross Mathis at 5'4" ran into the 5'9" Matoria Patton, and evidently the screen was too hard because Ross Mathis fell to the floor and they called the foul on Patton. But Maddie Sutton evidently stole the inbounds pass, because I was watching Devin Carter talk to the official, and all of a sudden Maddie Sutton had the basketball in her hands. Pay attention, Justin. Maddie Sutton with the steal for the Pioneers, and another foul is going to be called on the Pioneers, turning the basketball back over to LMU with 1:39 left to play in the second quarter. 38-39 the score. Shea Coker into the front court. Coker drives, floater, good. Shea Coker with the floater in the lane. Mia Long gets the inbounds in backcourt. And a foul going to be called on LMU as Long got shoved from behind by Ross Mathis. And Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Long, who has 17 points in this game already. And they will say the foul was on the floor, so the Pioneers will inbound underneath their own bucket. Lob pass to Patton at the top. Patton hands it off to Patterson. She'll fire from the free throw line and knock it down. Callie Patterson knocks down the jumper from the free throw line, and the Pioneers extend their lead back to 5. 40-35 the score. With it on the left wing, Ross Mathis. On the right wing to Rachel Griffith. She will drive, shot, rolls, no, rebound, tipped around. Now Ross Mathis gets it. Her three's no good. Rebound pulled down by Shea Coker. Now Newsom will fire for three. That one's no good, and the Pioneers still can't get the rebound, and finally a jump ball will be called. As into the game for the Pioneers came Jasmine Williams, the 6'2" sophomore. On the floor for the Pioneers, it's LMU basketball with a fresh 30-second clock and 47.7 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Inbounds feed goes to Jakimczyk. Tipped away by Williams. Scramble for it on the floor. Another jump ball, and this time the Pioneers will have it on the alternate arrow. So the Pioneers force another turnover thanks to the quick hands of Jasmine Williams. And the Pioneers will have it with 43.7 seconds left to play in the quarter and the half. 40-35 the score. Pioneers with a 5-point lead and the basketball. Ross Mathis will meet Long at the timeline. Now to Lovely Locklear. Coker comes at the defend. Lovely will drive to the hole. And a foul going to be called on the floor, just the fourth on LMU, as the foul on Ross Mathis will be her second. Callie Patterson to trigger the inbounds play on the baseline for the Pioneers. They lob it to the top, and Maddie Sutton. Outlet feed Long. Long back inside to Sutton. Turns on the defender, puts it up from in front, and puts it up and in. Maddie Sutton went to work down low on Maggie Jakimczyk, and the Pioneers lead by 7. Griffith to Jakimczyk. Turn, shoot, shot, no. Rebound, Maddie Sutton. Pioneers with 4 seconds. Can Long do it again with 3 seconds? Outlet feed stolen by Shea Coker, and the first half comes to an end. Well, it has been a frantic at times and very entertaining first half. The voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten, will have a coach's interview coming up at halftime. And at halftime, your score. Lady Pioneers 42, LMU 35. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County, you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Hospital volunteers to volunteers in service clubs and church.
I'll try to work on a list of things to submit to you pretty soon for ideas.
Some good news for a change. Greenville Federal Bank, member FDIC. Banking made easy. This is the Pioneer Halftime Show on the Pioneer Sports Network. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers.
42-35 halftime for the Tusculum women. Coach Devin Carter has this team playing last year's conference champs. Pretty good. Just got to eliminate some turnovers, make a few more shots, be a little bit more comfortable, but the atmosphere great here at Pioneer Arena as we open up conference play, joined by Pioneer coach Nick Pasqua, whose team's coming off a tremendous win against Columbus State. It's funny, we've won 2 games by 1 point, and, but that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. I'll take it.
I don't know if we put too much emphasis on it because, Columbus State that was their 3rd game or anything like that, but it really prepares us for what I think we're going to see this week. How did you guys play, and why were you so successful?
Well, we played as a team. We trusted each other. We had 26 assists on 30 baskets. We had talked a lot about just moving the ball, trusting each other, trusting what we're trying to do, sticking to the plan, and for the most part, we did. I don't know if we would have made those same plays 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I don't know if Jackie would have passed it to Hartle for the shot. I think they're starting to trust each other. I think they're starting to be more comfortable in what we're asking them to do. Columbus won 20-plus games last year. They were picked to finish 3rd in the Peach Belt. Had a preseason All-American on the team and was in the NCAA tournament last year, and they returned 4 starters off that team. So we took a lot of positives out of it, but then as soon as that game's over, you think about what you got coming this week, and you don't celebrate very long.
And I think if we get 26 assists off 30 made buckets tonight, then we're probably on the winning end of it once again. It's an LMU team. I guess before I get to LMU, we got some guys that are playing at a high level right now, and that's Zach Hartle. Is it a product of him doing what he's asking you to do right now? And I guess what I mean by that, right spot, right time, or is Zach Hartle just being
Hartle's biggest strength is his ability to shoot the basketball, and we've been playing him at the 5 a lot. So that's a mismatch. It's a mismatch for us on the other end of the floor, but offensively we can pick and pop him, and 5s don't want to come out there, and he's been getting a lot of open looks off of that, and he's been ready to catch, shoot. He's been getting extra shots up, and he's been in the right spots.
That leads me to LMU. Their 5 is pretty athletic, and I think that's going to be a little bit of a matchup, issue for you. They're 5-0, and you've known Lincoln Memorial, I've known Lincoln Memorial. Josh Shirt's got these same guys. Do we match up with this team tonight?
I think we can. I think it'll be different. We just got to play to our strengths. I mean, when you look at Emmanuel Terry at the 5 for them, he may be the best 5 in the country. I mean, Division II, low major. When you average 22 and 13 like he is, and I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do with it. And guard-wise, I think our guards can handle their guards. It's going to come down to whether we can keep him off the offensive boards, keep him from getting out in transition and getting easy baskets, just trying to make everything he does hard in the crowd, making sure 2 are on him when the shot goes up. And then we've got to make sure we're getting back. They're great in the open floor. They're averaging 95 points a game. They share the ball great. So we got to make defensive transition when the shot goes up. We got to make sure we're getting back and getting the ball stopped and looking for him at the rims. They're going to find him.
All right, Dorian Pinson might be the best overall player in our league. How do we match up with him?
he's very unique. He kind of reminds me of a Draymond Green type.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays the 4, but he also plays the 1. If he gets it, he's taking it. He's going to create for others before he looks to score for himself. They play him a lot in the high post against his own, and he looks first to make plays from there for others. High, low to Pinson, fan out to their shooters. Usually the last thing on his mind is scoring and shooting. We've got to keep him from getting to his left hand. He's really good. He's strong. He gets going to his left hand. It's hard to get him cut off and slow him down. So we just got to make him play in front of us. Not give him open shots, but if he's going to beat us, he's going to beat us taking jump shots. Even though he's shooting 50% from 3 right now.
Right.
You kind of pick your poison. We'll take our chances with that instead of him getting to the rim and creating for others or creating for himself.
Finally, their guards, it's either a dribble drive or it's a dribble kick out for a 3 type of a situation. Yep. And it seems like they always bring in somebody new. Here's Josh Odom. I remember him from high school, and I'm sure you did as well.
Yep.
He's been out of basketball for some time, but, is he a guy that makes them different?
He does. I mean, he's a 6'5" point guard pretty much out there on the floor. He's long and knows how to play. I mean, he's been around for a long time, and he knows how to play. All their guards do. I mean, Taylor is a very quick guard. His shooting percentages are a little deceiving, shooting 30% from 3. He's a much better player than that. 4, they bring him off, a left-handed kid, really quick, can get in the lane. All their guards are good. I mean, you look at Shaw, he's shooting almost 55% from 3. But he's only taking 2 free throws on the year. So, I mean, what's that tell you? He's looking to catch and shoot. So we got to try to make him put on the floor. I mean, all the things we've gone through the last 3 days to try to get ready for tonight as far as Tennessee's things that they're going to try and do, that we just got to be, tuned in, alert, communicate. Our communication on the defensive end tonight has got to be really good, because if not, we're going to give up. We're going to give up stuff because they're that good.
All right, finally, here's LMU, played Tusculum. They've won 18 straight, or probably 21, 22 of the last 23, whatever it is.
Right.
How are you different in that regard? How are they different in that they may not know what you're going to throw at them?
Well, I think that's a good question. I think we just got to play hard and compete. I think if we compete hard and we do what we can and we stick to the plan, then we're going to give ourselves a chance tonight, and that's really all you can ask against them. I know previous when I was at King, we played them for like 5 or 6 straight years, and it was a 5-6 point game. We could just never get over the hump. And finally, we just busted through, and then our guys, our mindset going into the game was, we're going to beat LMU tonight.
Yep.
And we're going to beat them tonight, and we did. And then when you go into the game against a really good team like LMU or Queens, who we play next, you've got to go in believing you can win. If you don't go in believing you can win, it's going to be really hard to win. But when you go in thinking, look, we got a plan, we're going to stick to our plan, we're going to play hard, we're going to trust each other, it gives you a chance to beat them.
Should be exciting. Coach, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
That's Coach Vic Pasqua as the Pioneers get set to take on the Rail Splitters, 4th ranked in the country. That's when our Pioneer second game gets underway. More halftime when we continue after this. At the half, Tusculum 42, Lincoln Memorial 35. Pioneer basketball continues here on the Pioneer Sports Network.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
Let's get you to that wedding.
a curveball is that much more satisfying
I got the flowers!
when you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
A little bit, but the good far outweighs the bad. In that first half, 5 points, 4 rebounds for Casey Johnson, 2 points and a rebound for Yulisma Kubidon, 6 points, 9 rebounds for Maturia Patton, 3 points for Sydney Wilson, 2 points for Callie Patterson, 2 points for Jayla Arnwine, and 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals for Maddie Sutton for the Pioneers total of 42. LMU in that first half led by Shea Coker's 9 points, 4 of 7 from the floor, 1 of 2 from 3. 5 points for Carson Sims, 8 points for Emily Griffith, 5 points for Rachel Griffith, 2 points for Deja Maxwell, 2 points for Sydney Newsom, and 4 points, 3 rebounds for Maggie Jakimczyk. Tusculum in that first half out-rebounded LMU 21-15, which is a key stat because head coach Devin Carter in the pregame talked about how LMU goes hard to the glass and the Pioneers would have to keep them off the glass. Well, in that first half, they did just that, out-rebounding LMU 21-15. LMU turned it over 11 times. The Pioneers turned it over 13 times in that first half, in a half in which the Pioneers had 13 fouls whistled against them, 8 fouls whistled against LMU. As Tusculum led by as many as 8, LMU did lead one time. They led by 2 points as LMU trails by 7 here at halftime to the Pioneers. Tusculum with a 7-point lead as second half action is coming up after this as we head to a break with your score. Tusculum 42, LMU 35. This has been the Pioneer Halftime Report as you listen to Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
As Tusculum will send Nia Long, Matoria Patton, Lovely Locklear, Casey Johnson, and Yulisma Kubidon onto the floor to start this second half. Scoring update from Jefferson City. 15th ranked Carson Newman leading Mars Hill 60-25. And 14th ranked Wingate trailing Newberry 26-20. Newberry leading that one by 6. LMU with Sims on the drive. Pull-up jumper, rolls off, no. Rebound pulled down underneath. Put back is up and in. LMU works the glass and Addie Kirkpatrick gets the rebound putback, and LMU gets the first 2 points of the second half. Casey Johnson, beautiful dish to Matoria Patton, and she'll put it up and in. The Pioneers answer 44-37. Griffith almost stepped out of bounds, but saves it into the hands of Sims. Sims on the drive is just going to pull it back out, and LMU will set up into the half court. Sims dribbling on the right wing. Long comes out to defend. Coker gets it in the deep right corner. Lovely Locklear went for the steal, didn't get it. Lob pass inside Kirkpatrick, stolen away by Patton, saved it in the hands of Johnson, and the Pioneers come into the front court with Lovely Locklear. Locklear goes behind the back, lost the handle. Gets here to the hands of Casey Johnson. She will drive, and a charging foul is going to be called on Casey Johnson. And the foul on Johnson will be her third. Head coach Devin Carter says, I'm going to leave you in there, but be careful. She picks up her third personal, so the Pioneers will risk it here early in the third. Emily Griffith into the front court. Casey Johnson probably normally would have gone for the steal as Emily Griffith turned right into her, but with three personals, again, she's got to be careful. Rachel Griffith, entry pass is tipped and taken away by Patton. And out of bounds, and LMU will inbound on the baseline with 15 seconds on the shot clock. 44-37 the score, 8:45 left to play third quarter. Shea Coker gets it in. Griffith driving on Johnson, trying to get that fourth foul on Johnson. Long pass to Shea Coker, looks to drive on Ulysma Kubidon. Falls down under her own power, and the foul's going to be whistled on Ulysma Kubidon. The foul on Kubidon is her third and the team's second. Casey Johnson does come out now as Maddie Sutton checks into the basketball game. So the Pioneers now with two of their starters with 3 fouls. Entry pass, Rachel Griffith. Shot, no. Rebound by Patton. Patton with her 10th rebound of the game already. Long drives. Lost the handle, and LMU comes away with it. Shea Coker to a wide-open Emily Griffith. She passes it up, will drive, pulls up, shot, no. Rebound, Ulysma Kubidon into the hands of Long. Outlet pass, Lovely Locklear. Entry pass, Patton puts it up. Should have been an and one. Head coach Devin Carter beside himself because of all the contact inside. Patton got the bucket, but should have got the and one. Emily Griffith in the lane, lays it up and in. 46-39 now the score. Tusculum still leading by 7. But LMU with the answer. A foul in backcourt as Long was trying to drive into the front court. The foul on Emily Griffith is her first and LMU's first. And Maddie Sutton will inbound in backcourt for the Pioneers. 46-39 as Long brings it into the front court. Right wing feed to Lovely Locklear. Locklear to Sydney Wilson. Wilson dribbles on the right side. Pull-up jumper on its way. Short, no. Rebound pulled down by Shea Coker. Coker pulls down the board and looks to run into the front court. Picked up by Lovely Locklear. Right wing to Rachel Griffith. Griffith to Emily Griffith in deep right corner to a wide-open Sims for 3. Got it. Cannot leave Carson Sims that wide open. She makes the Pioneers pay, and she pulls her team back within 4. 46-42, Long shot. And a charging foul is going to be called on Long underneath. And a warning has been issued to Devin Carter. A warning has been issued to Devin Carter as a charging foul called on Mia Long. That is her first. It's the team's third. Shea Coker into the front court. Lost the handle, got it back. Now to Maxwell at the top. Emily Griffith drives, pulls up, shot short, no. Rebound battled for on the floor. Emily Griffith had it, and now a jump ball. That's a tough break for LMU because Emily Griffith had the basketball all by herself. Tusculum wasn't touching it, and the official Lady Comfort told to sit down, but the LMU coach has been standing up the entire time. And the Pioneers turn it over. Loose ball in the lane, picked up by Emily Griffith. Griffith, shot, rolls, no, rebound. Maddie Sutton had it, lost it. Now a scramble for it on the floor. And a jump ball is called. LMU will keep possession of the basketball, inbounding underneath their own bucket. With 6:22 left to play, Emily Griffith dribbles it off of her own foot and out of bounds, and the Pioneers will have the basketball back. 6:19 left to play in the third, 46-42. Tusculum with a 4-point lead. As Long brings it across the timeline for the Pioneers. And a foul is going to be called on LMU. Not sure why LMU's coaches don't have to sit down, but Lady Comfort does. Pioneers with the basketball and Long. Sydney Wilson on the left wing. Wilson lost it. Gets a screen from Patton. Wilson, stutter step, splits a double team, hard off the glass, puts it up and in. A lot of contact, no call. 48-42. Pioneers get the trap on the out-of-bounds line. Shea Coker gets the loose ball. Wide open shot. In, out, no. Maxwell rebound, put back, no. And Sydney Wilson comes up with the loose ball. Mia Long brings it across the timeline. Sydney Wilson for three. Side iron, no. Sutton tries to save it, can't do it. And it'll be LMU basketball as back into the game comes Ross Mathis. For LMU. LMU inbounds, down by 6, 48-42 the score with 5:22 left to play in the third. Steal, nearly by Long, tipped away from Sims. Sims saves it into the hands of Shea Coker. She'll fire for three. In, out, no. Rebound, Sydney Wilson. Wilson to Long. Long through the lane. And a foul going to be called. And Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Coker is her first. It's the team's third. And Long, who had 17 first-half points, will be to the line looking for her first two of this second half. Long, free throw, short, no. Jasmine Williams, along with Arnwine, near the game for the Pioneers, as Patton will come out and Lovely Locklear will come out. Long back to the line to shoot her second for Tusculum. Yeah. Long free throw is good. Long makes good on one of two free throws, 49-42, and Long has 18 points. Pioneers nearly got the steal. Sydney Wilson tipped it away, but Newsom gets the loose ball into the hands of Maxwell. Her shot is short, follows her own shot, and that shot is blocked out of bounds by Jasmine Williams. And we head to a break. 4:50 left to play in the third quarter. It is Tusculum 49, LMU 42. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
It's fine. It'll be.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
college sports. Once again,
49-42 the score. 4:50 left to play in the third as LMU will be inbounding underneath their own bucket. Get it into Newsom. She runs over Sydney Wilson, and on that end of the floor, it is a blocking foul. So the foul going to be called on the Pioneers, Sydney Wilson. That'll be her third, and that will get Callie Patterson up off the floor. Callie Patterson set to check in for Sydney Wilson, who picks up her third personal. The free throw from Newsom is up and in. Wilson comes out, Patterson in. Newsom back to the line to shoot her second, trying to pull her team back to within 5. Free throw is up and in. Newsom makes good on both. 49-44 the score. Pioneers holding on to a 5-point lead. Long looks to drive. Hands it off to Arnwine. Pull up at the free throw line. Instead kicks it left wing to Maddie. Sutton on the drive to the hole. Scoops it off the glass it in. Nice driving bucket from the freshman Maddie Sutton. And the Pioneers back up by 7. 4:24 left to play in this third quarter. And LMU has to call a timeout. LMU calls a timeout to keep the 5-second clock from expiring, and it takes us to immediate timeout. 4:21 left to play third quarter. It's Tusculum 51, LMU 44. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Pioneer basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
LMU set to trigger the inbounds play in backcourt. That timeout had to be called because the 5-second count was on. Shea Coker now will try to get it in for LMU, who trails by 7 to the Pioneers. Coker gets it in to Emily Griffith in backcourt. Mia Long giving chase. Griffith gets it into the front court on the right wing. Goes into the deep right corner to Rachel Griffith, who will fire for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by the Pioneers' Arnwine. Arnwine into the hands of Mia Long. 51-44 the score. 3:59 to play in the third quarter. Arnwine on the left wing. Drives on Shea Coker. Kicks it to a wide-open Mia Long. Passes up to 3. Gives it off to Patterson. She'll fire for 3. Shot no. Rebound Jasmine Williams. And Williams draws a foul and will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul called on LMU on Rachel Griffith. That'll be her second. And Jasmine Williams will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. 3:47 to play in the third as Williams toes the strike, trying to extend her team's already 7-point lead. Williams, free throw, back iron, no good. She'll have a second. Into the game, actually just going down low to rebound, is Maggie Jakimczyk. Williams, free throw, was good. Jasmine Williams makes good on 1 of 2. Williams gets her first point of the basketball game, and the Pioneers lead 52-44, and the Pioneers steal it. Mia Long with the steal, and she'll be fouled from behind as Long tapped into the hands of Maddie Sutton, and she is fouled from behind, I believe, by Rachel Griffith. No, it's Emily Griffith, and that'll be her second. So Rachel and Emily with 2 fouls apiece. And Maddie Sutton will toe the free throw stripe for the first time tonight. 7 points, 2 rebounds in this game. Maddie Sutton free throw is side iron no. Sims back into the game for LMU as Emily Griffith goes out. Maddie Sutton back to the free throw line, trying to extend her team's 8-point lead. Sutton, free throw, good. Maddie Sutton makes one of 2, and the Pioneers lead by 9. 3:38 left to play in the third. Sims on long and backcourt. Sims brings it across the timeline. Sims gets away with a push-off, now goes left wing to Shea Coker. Coker guarded by Maddie Sutton. Left wing to Rachel Griffith. Dribbles to the free throw line, now backs it back out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Shea Coker to the top of the circle and Ross Mathis. Mathis will drive, kicks it to the wide corner, and Shea Coker. Shot, back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Arnwine. Pioneers look to run. Arnwine missed a wide open Maddie Sutton. And now Long will set up the half-court offense for the Pioneers. Long, kick out to Patterson on the left wing. Sims fights her way through a screen. Now Arnwine will fire for 3 and knocks it down. 3-point basket knocked down by Arnwine. And the Pioneers have their largest lead of this game. 56-44 the score with 2:42 left to play in the third quarter. Coker, shot blocked away by Jasmine Williams. She blocked it and got it. Ahead to Patterson. Patterson with the basketball, and Tusculum will slow it down and use a little clock. Long, drive, splits a double team, off-balance shot, no, but a foul. And Mia Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair as the foul called on Maggie Jakismic. That'll get Maxwell up off the bench, set to check into the game, and Long, who has 18 points, will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Long, 18 points in the game, misses the front end of the 2-shot foul. Maxwell in, Emily Griffith in. As out goes Ross Mathis and Shea Coker. Mia Long, second free throw is also no good. And Jakimzik comes away with the rebound. Mia Long with a new season high. She had 15 points twice this season. She's got 18 in this one. The Pioneers come up with another loose ball, but they throw it away. Long trying to get into the hands of Arnwine, out of her reach and out of bounds. And LMU will have the basketball back with 2:04 left to play in the game. Emily Griffith with a long inbounds pass to Rachel Griffith on the right side. Goes to work on Maddie Sutton on the right side. Double team trap comes. Rachel Griffith needs help. Backdoor cut, Emily Griffith. Drive, shot, rolls, no, but a foul. And Emily Griffith will be to the free throw stripe to shoot a pair. The foul on the Pioneers going against Callie Patterson. That'll be her first. It's the team's 5th. So both teams in the double bonus for the rest of the minute 54 of this third quarter. Emily Griffith first free throw is up and in, trims the Tusculum lead to 11. Griffith with a second free throw upcoming. Griffith, free throw, good. Emily Griffith makes good on both. She's got 11 points, and the Pioneers lead by 10 now. Arnwine on the drive. Kick out, Williams, free throw line jumper, no. And a foul going to be called on Arnwine going over the back of Emily Griffith, and will walk to the other end and shoot 2 free throws. So the Pioneers really just giving LMU a chance at 2 here. Just a good box out by Emily Griffith. She was backing Arnwine out, and Arnwine reached over the back of Emily Griffith and didn't get away with it. Griffith misses the front end of the 2-shot foul. She'll have a second. 12 points in the game for Emily Griffith, and her team trails Tusculum by 10. Griffith, free throw, good. Griffith makes 1 of 2. Tusculum leads by 9. 56-47, a minute 40 left to play in the third. Long goes to work on Maxwell. Hands it off to Callie Patterson. Flashing through Arnwine, didn't go there. Now we need to get rid of it. Williams to Maddie Sutton, right wing. Sutton looks to drive all the way to the hole. Shot, no. Williams rebound, put it up and in. Jasmine Williams was Johnny on the spot. Got the loose ball and got the putback, and the Pioneers lead by 11. Williams now with 3 points in the game. Maxwell shot off the side of the backboard, and Tusculum comes away with the loose ball with Arnline. Arnline to Long. Long brings it into the front court. Gets a screen from Jasmine Williams. Now dribbles on the left wing. Now spins. Hands it off to Jasmine Williams. Left wing Arnline for three. This one's no good. Rebound chased down by Jasmine Williams, and she puts it up and in. Jasmine Williams hustling, chasing the loose ball, and LMU wants a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout with 47.2 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 60-47 the score. Tusculum with a 13-point lead. Tusculum, who has been embattled in this game. The frustration level reached its peak when head coach Devin Carter was issued a warning after he felt his team wasn't getting the benefit of calls on either end of the floor. But this Tusculum team has kept up their defensive intensity despite now not even being able to even touch the opposing team without getting a foul whistled. These Pioneers have kept their composure, and it's something that we would not have seen a year ago. A new team in a new year. 60-47 the score, still a long way to go. 47 seconds left in the third quarter. LMU will inbound in backcourt against full court pressure from the Pioneers. Griffith gets it into Sims. Sims guarded in the backcourt by Mia Long. Sims brings it into the front court with the left hand. Left wing feed goes to Emily Griffith. Griffith dribbles to the free throw line. Griffith crossover dribble, drives on Jasmine Williams, pull up, shot, no, it rolls in good. And Williams will be whistled for the foul. The foul called on Jasmine Williams. Picks up the foul. Her second personal. Just the fourth game of the season for Jasmine Williams. And she has been a key part of this one. And Emily Griffith completes the three-point play for LMU. 10-point lead for the Pioneers as they bring it into the front court with 22 seconds on the clock. Maxwell will guard Long near the timeline. Mia Long, who had 17 first-half points, dribbles against Maxwell with 10 seconds. Maxwell with 8 seconds to Jasmine Williams. Hands it off to Patterson, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Patterson with 4.6 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Emily Griffith to get it in. Griffith almost threw it away. Kirkpatrick to Maxwell. Shot, blocked, and the third quarter comes to an end. We played three with your score. The Tusculum Lady Pioneers 60, LMU 50. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County, you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
Second in the South Atlantic Conference coming into this season, the Lady Pioneers were picked to finish 8th. An LMU team that went to the Sweet 16 a year ago. Pioneers with Long, Now to Casey Johnson. Johnson on the floor with 3 personal fouls, along with Ulisma Kubidon, who has 3 personal fouls. Lovely Locklear, shot no, rebound Patton, and she'll draw the foul. And Patton will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul called on LMU on Addie Kirkpatrick, who's been in foul trouble throughout this basketball game. It's just her 3rd, but they have kept her on the bench much of this game. Patton, free throw, in, out, no. Head coach Devin Carter wiping off the sweat. Somebody go get my buddy a cold towel. He needs it. He's worked hard in this one. Patton, free throw, rolls, no. Rebound pulled down by Kirkpatrick. Might go get me a cold towel. Rachel Griffith brings it into the front court. Casey Johnson comes at the defend near the timeline. Crossover dribble, spins in the lane, gets away with the carry, dribbles through a double team and puts it up and in. Nice driving bucket from Emily Griffith. She has come on as of late for LMU, and LMU has cut the lead to 8 points. Johnson, shot, no. A lot of contact, no call. Rebound pulled down by LMU. Sims, shot off the bottom of the backboard, and Maxwell comes away with the rebound. Another opportunity for LMU. Griffith, shot, good. 18 points now for Emily Griffith. And LMU is pulled back to within 6. Long, no, but a foul. And Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul called on Sims of LMU. And Long will be to the free throw line to shoot 2. The foul on Sims, her first. It's the second team foul on LMU of this fourth quarter. And Mia Long, who has 18 points, 17 of which came in the first half, makes good on the first free throw. Maddie Sutton in. Casey Johnson will come out. And Long will be to the free throw line. Got them both. Mia Long knocks down both. She's got 20 points, and the Pioneers push their lead back to 8. Emily Griffith gets the inbound in backcourt, and Long will guard her into the front court. Pioneers go for the double team trap at the timeline. They get it. Maddie Sutton got the loose ball. And a jump ball will be the call. And LMU will inbound side front court with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Maxwell to get it in, gets it into Rachel Griffith in backcourt. Griffith will be picked up by Maddie Sutton at the top. Griffith trying to go inside for Kirkpatrick, but Patton is fronting her, and they can't go there. Rachel Griffith guarded by Sutton with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Maxwell will fire for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound, Patton. Pioneers come away with the rebound as Patton pulls down her 11th rebound of this game. A double-double in the game for Maturia Patton, 10 points, 11 rebounds. Long gets a screen from Patton, goes left wing to Lovely Locklear. Locklear drives the lane, kick out to Kubidon for 3. Side iron, no. Rebound chased down. Another scramble for it on the floor, and this time the alternate arrow will go to the Pioneers. Into the game for LMU comes Cameron DeBose, the 6'5 freshman out of Washington, D.C., along with the leading scorer at 19 points per game, Shea Coker. It's been Griffith in this one, however, who has 18 points. Coker has been held to 9 so far. 7:59 to play. Lovely Locklear to Mia Long. She's feeling it. She'll fire for another 3. And that one in, out, no. Another rebound for Patton. And a jump ball is going to be called. And I believe a technical foul has been called on Devin Carter for stomping his foot. 7:51 left to play in the game. Patton had the basketball. Had it tied up from behind over her head. And a technical foul has been called on Devin Carter. And Shea Coker will be to the free throw line for LMU. Jump ball was the call, but Matoria Patton had the basketball, secured the rebound. LMU reached over her to tie up the basketball, and they called the jump ball. Coker, free throw, no good. Coker will be back to the line to shoot her second. 62-54 the score. As head coach Crystal Evans giving Coker a pep talk. Coker, an 81% free throw shooter coming into the game. Free throw, good. So Coker makes good on 1 of 2. And as we walk to the other end, it should be LMU basketball, as a jump ball was the call. LMU to get it in with Shea Coker. Yet to get it in. Now they do to Emily Griffith. No, that's Rachel in backcourt. Griffith ahead to Shea Coker. Coker drives, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Motoria Patton. Patton had set her feet and stood her ground. Would love to see that one on the replay. As Shea Coker goes to the line to shoot a pair. Free throw is up and in. She'll be back to the line to shoot her second. Coker, free throw, good. So Coker has 3 straight points on free throws. Mia Long dribbles into the front court for the Pioneers, get trapped in the lane, gives it off to Sydney Wilson, back to Long. Long will fire for another 3. This one's front iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Kubidon of the Pioneers. So the Pioneers will reset, leading 62-57 with 7:15 left to play in the game. Wilson at the top of the circle. She'll fire for 3. Got it to go. Clutch 3 from Sydney Wilson. Knocks down the 3, restores the order for the Pioneers, who now lead by 8 once again. Outlet feed, Rachel Griffith at the other end, as the LMU trying to outrace the Pioneers into the front court, and a traveling violation called on Emily Griffith. Griffith whistled for the travel, and that'll turn the basketball back over to the Pioneers. 65-57, Pioneers with the lead and the basketball. Long into the front court. Long dribbles Maxwell to the floor. Kubidon back outside to Long. Long dribbles to the top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Great pass to Patton. Almost lost it, got it back, and draws the foul. Rachel Griffith tried to tie her up, but Patton got it back and then draws the foul, and Patton will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. DeBose picks up the foul, her first. Patton makes good on the first free throw. She'll have a second. 66-57 the score with 6:37 left to play in the basketball game. Patton back to the free throw strike. Free throw is up and in. Shea Coker to get it in, with Tusculum holding on to a 10-point lead with 6:35 left to play in the basketball game. Errant pass out of bounds. They'll say it was tipped by a Pioneer on its way out. And LMU will inbound on the baseline with 25 seconds on the shot clock. 6:31 to play in the game. Shea Coker gets it in to Emily Griffith. Griffith on the right wing. Rachel Griffith at the top will fire for 3. Shot no. Rebound Emily Griffith. Put it back up, no. Rebound for DeBose. Put back, no. Got her own rebound. Put it back up, no. Got her own rebound again. Put it back up. Count it and 1. DeBose at 6'5", basically playing tip ball with herself. Just filled up her rebounding stat line just on that trip, and finally gets the bucket. Makes the free throw, makes the bucket. Will be at the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play, as Casey Johnson will be back into the game for the Pioneers. DeBose free throw is nowhere near, and Mia Long chases down the rebound for the Pioneers. Long into the front court. Long dribbles, hands off to Maddie Sutton. Sutton had space, thought about it, now goes back to the top, and the Pioneers will reset. 67-59 the score. Long gets a screen from Maddie Sutton. Now will drive all the way to the hoop. Shot rolls no, but Mia Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul called on Carson Sims. That'll be her second. And Long will be to the free throw strike. Long, free throw. His side iron, no good. She'll have a second. Trying to push her team's lead to 9 with 5:55 left to play in the basketball game. Long, free throw, rolls, good. 68-59 the score. Long with the free throw. LMU inbounding in backcourt. They get it into Sims. Sims working on Sydney Wilson, goes crossover dribble. Now Sims into the front court to Shea Coker. To the top and Emily Griffith. Looking inside for DeBose. Pioneers double teaming her on the low block. Sims drives to in front and puts it up and in. Too easy. That was just way too easy for Carson Sims. She got deep in the lane and laid it up and in from in front. Head coach Devin Carter screams out a new play, and the Pioneers will walk it into the front court with 5:25 to play in the game. Long dribbles in. Kick out Sydney Wilson. Rachel Griffith comes out to defend. Mia Long fakes the three. Drives baseline. Leaves it for Maddie Sutton. Tipped away. And they'll say Emily Griffith was out of bounds. And the Pioneers will have the basketball inbounding with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Kirkpatrick into the game for LMU. As Kubidon will get it in for the Pioneers. Into Maddie Sutton, too strong off the glass. Battling for her own rebound. Got it, and the Pioneers the fresh 30-second clock, but had it tipped and taken away by Sims. Sims gets away with the carry off to Emily Griffith, who puts it up too strong. No. Rebound Kirkpatrick puts it back up and in. 68-63. 5-point lead now for the Pioneers with 4:50 left to play in the game. Long. Long gets called for the charge. It'll be LMU basketball when we come back. 4:54 left to play in the game. It's Tusculum 68, LMU 63. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
4:44 left to play in this game as LMU will inbound in backcourt against full court pressure from the Pioneers. 68-63 the score. Shea Coker with the basketball as Casey Johnson chases her into the front court. Coker double teamed. Entry pass, Emily Griffith. Back outside, Rachel Griffith. She'll fire for three. It's right on line, and it's good. And LMU has pulled back to within 2. 68-66. Pioneers need some points. What was a 12-point lead has evaporated. Long. Kick out Sydney Wilson. Wilson looking for a screen. Gets a screen from Maddie Sutton. Now Casey Johnson hands it off to Kubidon. Back outside, Sydney Wilson. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson on the drive. Tough shot on its way. In, out, no. Rebound Kubidon. And the Pioneers will reset with a fresh 30-second clock. Now, that was either a travel or a foul, and the officials go with a no call. It's all right, we got the ball. Nia Long hands it off to Sydney Wilson to the top and Casey Johnson. Entry pass, Maddie Sutton. Backs her way down on Kirkpatrick. Turn, shoot, shot, good. Great use of the body by Maddie Sutton from in front, and she pushes the Tusculum lead back to 4. Shea Coker into the front court for LMU. Coker will drive all the way to the bucket, put it up, rolls good. Shea Coker runs the length of the floor and hits the bucket for LMU. Long back the other way, puts it up and in. Mia Long sprints to the front and puts it up and in. 72-68 the score. Pioneers still lead by 4. Emily Griffith drives baseline. Pull-up jumper. Rolls off no. Rebound battled for underneath. Kirkpatrick gets it to Coker, who puts it up and in. Coker just makes unbelievable buckets. Long dribbles. Kick out Johnson. Johnson looks to drive, and a charging foul is going to be called on Casey Johnson. And that will be Johnson's 4th. And that'll turn the basketball back over to LMU. LMU will inbound against full court pressure after the charging foul was called on Casey Johnson. Johnson will come out as Patton comes in. 2:40 left to play, 4th quarter. Shea Coker brings it across the timeline. Coker hands it off to Sims. Maddie Sutton picks her up on a switch. Griffith from the corner. Jumper rolls, no. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of LMU. And the Pioneers will have the basketball, leading by 2 with 2:29 left to play in the game. Casey Johnson checks in. Into the game for LMU comes Maggie Jakismic, and Tusculum calls a timeout. We'll take it with them. 2:29 left to play in the game. It's Tusculum 72, LMU 70. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
When you run Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
Sydney Wilson tries to knock down the 3, can't get it to go, but Patton draws the foul, going for the rebound, and she'll be at the line shooting a pair as the foul called on Maddie Jakimzik. Patton, free throw, good. That was a huge free throw. Kirkpatrick checks back in. Jakimzik comes out. And Patton will be back to the free throw line, already with a double-double in this game. She'll shoot a second free throw, trying to push her team's lead to 4 with 2:12 left to play in the game. Patton, free throw, good. Shea Coker to get it in for LMU. Gets it into Sims in backcourt. Long will guard her into the front court. Into the deep right corner to Rachel Griffith. Griffith back to the top and Sims. Sims puts it on the floor with the right hand. Long comes out to defend. Sims with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Tusculum went for the double team, didn't get it. Sims with 10 seconds. Emily Griffith will drive. Pull-up jumper off the glass, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Sydney Wilson, and does a phenomenal job securing the basketball. Outlet feed to Mia Long. 1:39 left to play in this game. Pioneers lead by 4. Mia Long driving on Rachel Griffith all the way to the hoop, and a jump ball will be the call. And the Pioneers will inbound on the baseline with 16 seconds on the shot clock. Sydney Wilson to get it in. Wilson lobs to the top, and Casey Johnson, and a timeout. Head coach Devin Carter calls a 30-second timeout. And we'll keep it right here and remind you, coming up next, the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten, will be on hand to bring you play-by-play action of Tusculum versus Lincoln Memorial. Lincoln Memorial 5-0 on the year, one of the top teams in the country, taking on the Pioneers. So if you've still got time to come out, LMU, one of the top programs in the country, and has been under Josh Schertz for nearly a decade now. They made it to the championship game just 2 years ago. Almost brought a national championship to the South Atlantic Conference. LMU and Tusculum. After the completion of our women's game was the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten. Pioneers inbounding with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Long hands it off to Kubidon, to Johnson, left wing feed to Sydney Wilson. Wilson into Johnson to the hole, put it up short. Short-armed it, got her own rebound, and it'll be out of bounds off of LMU, and the Pioneers will retain possession. Pioneers caught a break. Got a wide-open layup. Missed it, but they did get a fresh 30-second clock. 1:19 to play in the game. Wide open Sydney Wilson from the corner for three. Shot rolls no. Rebound Kirkpatrick into the hands of Shea Coker. Coker into the front court. Coker on a sprint. Long trying to catch up. Coker heard the footsteps, missed the shot. Got her own rebound and put it back up and in. Pulls LMU within two with 1 minute left to play in this basketball game. Long with 55 seconds, hands it off to Casey Johnson. Her three-point attempt is no good. Rebound, Maxwell ahead to Sims. Drives, shoots, shot, no. Rebound, Kubidon tries to save it, but right into the hands of Sims. Sims to Maxwell. LMU with 26 seconds on the shot clock, and LMU will call a timeout. 37.7 seconds left to play in this game. 74-72. Tusculum holding on to a 2-point lead. LMU with the basketball. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Tusculum off of a missed three-pointer from Casey Johnson. Got the missed shot from Shea Coker, but could not secure the basketball. Tusculum tried to save it in with Kubidon, but she saved it right into the hands of LMU. Again, LMU went to the Sweet 16 a year ago. They were picked to finish second in the South Atlantic Conference. Tusculum picked to finish eighth. Tusculum, who has turned heads all year long, ranked eighth in the region coming into this game in the first conference game of the season. Elsewhere in the conference, Carson Newman ranked 15th in the country all over Mars Hill, 100-41. If that was the Pioneers, they'd be heading to Luke's Pizza with that 100 points. Inside joke I'll have to tell you later as this season progresses. LMU to inbound with Rachel Griffith in front of their own bench. 24 seconds on the shot clock, 37 seconds left in the game. Sims at the top of the circle. Long comes out to defend. Emily Griffith comes out and gets it at near the timeline. Griffith will drive. Shot nowhere near. Rebound tip. And Long comes away with it for the Pioneers. Outlet feed Sydney Wilson. Tipped away from behind. The shot clock is turned off. And Tusculum wants a timeout. Full timeout. We head to a break. 21.9 seconds left to play in the game. The shot clock is turned off, and the Pioneers will have the basketball. Lady Pioneers 74, LMU 72. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
back to the Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
Callie Patterson to get it in with 21.9 seconds left to play in the basketball game. Tusculum with no timeouts. They lead by 2. Callie Patterson tips it off the back of Kirkpatrick, steps in bounds and gets it. That's the old Duke Blue Devil play. And Callie Patterson will be fouled by Emily Griffith, and Patterson will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair with 15.1 seconds left to play. Callie Patterson on the year, a 75% free throw shooter. She's 9 of 12 from the free throw line on the season. Patterson, toes to strike. Free throw, good. Pushes the lead to 3. Tusculum will guard one-on-one and not foul after this free throw, which will be a 2-possession game if it's good, which it is. Mia Long into the basketball game for the Pioneers. Mia Long checks in. Callie Patterson comes out. Eventually. Inbounds feed goes to Sims. Sims with 10 seconds. Sims on the right wing with 9 seconds. Sims to Rachel Griffith with 5 seconds. She will drive to the hole. Puts it up, no. Rebound, Casey Johnson. Johnson fouled in backcourt. And with 1.7 seconds, Tusculum will walk to the other end, and Casey Johnson will shoot 2 free throws. That'll all but do it. The best atmosphere we've seen inside Pioneer Arena in quite some time. 1.7 seconds left to play in this game. Tusculum leading by 4 will send Casey Johnson to the free throw line. What a game. What a victory for the Pioneers. Johnson, free throw no good. She'll have a second. Johnson set to shoot her second. Rolls off, no. Rebound LMU. And this one's in the books. Your final score. The Tusculum College Pioneers victorious over the LMU Lady Rail Splitters by the final score of 76-72. Tusculum College gets the victory. 6-1 on the year, but more importantly, 1-0 in the South Atlantic Conference. Back with your Pioneer postgame report after this on a victorious night from Pioneer Arena. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Pioneer